Hey everyone. So happy Monday. I've been on the road for like an hour and a half, but I'm just checking in. Hope everyone's doing well. So I posted about, seller's market, what does it mean? And this market, if anyone's in real estate for the fun of it or they here for money, that's not what this market is about. If you are not going to do the work, you are not going to do half of what you need to do to make sure your clients are successful right now. So, but it's on both sides. So like, I was talking internally with some other agents about how we got buyers pre-approved. This is the seller's market, meaning there's low inventory and a lot of buyers looking to buy, but everyone's competing against these good houses. So number one, the buyers really need to get in there. I've had some buyers make offers sight unseen. I've had some buyers make offers before the house has come on the market. But the issue that I'm having currently is partially between the sellers and the agent. So like some of the agents, which I understand, they take the weekend off or they do their admin at a certain time. So the other hand, like I've got some showings that we're scheduling, and sometimes the sellers are like, oh, well, can you reschedule it for this afternoon, or can you reschedule it sometime for the rest of the week? And number one, you've got to consider that if this is a seller's market and there are a lot of buyers, we're looking probably at 6 other homes on top of yours, and we're probably not going to circle back to yours. If your house is sitting on the market in this market, it either means that number one, you are a part of the problem with getting this thing shown. I'm talking about sellers, or your agent is part of the problem. And unfortunately, because as a realtor, I can't, with my morals and ethics, we can't actually talk bad about one another. But not every realtor is the same. Not everyone runs their business the same, just like there are some that do residential or commercial versus rentals. Not every agent, we are not one and the same. And I'm all about, having a high, quality of service and doing what I need to do for my clients. But not every agent is like that, especially when I see these listings where basically they're just doing free marketing for these sellers. They literally are taking the crappiest photos with their cell phones and and then canceling showings, or like they're not, I feel, advising their sellers the best way to get top dollar for their home. So like, number one, when I sold my home, I got rid of every single personal photo that you could imagine in my house. I put it in a box, or I put it under, like basically hid it. But like, we'll go into these houses and my buyers are like, I can't envision myself here. I feel like I'm in someone else's home, because either they've got big furniture, they've got their toys out, or they've got so much personal effects for decor. And it really has lost some people's sales, because I see some of these houses still on the market. So you got to make sure when they say declutter, they're talking about depersonalizing as well. But at the same time, if you are actually going to sell this house, someone's effectively going to give you 6 figures in exchange for you to give them title to this house. And if you are not ready to really make that, that commitment, so like the sellers that want people to reschedule, or are like, oh no, that's too early for me. When I sold my house, I did whatever I need to do. I made sure I got enough notice. I went home, took my dog out the house. Like, we are in such a weird time, because number one, these people could be essential workers. So like my buyer cannot come at 4:00. My buyer is also not going to put in an offer on a house without seeing it. So we're not going to circle back to this house. And we're talking about these houses, they're not that cheap. We're talking about close to $300,000 houses. And if you're sitting in a market where the houses are going, your neighbors are going, and yours isn't, then sometimes you should reevaluate either your marketing strategy or your customer service related to getting this house moved. But the other thing is, with buyers, it's very interesting how even though the interest rates are low, they think their dollar goes a little further than it actually does. So like, quick math, if you just do whatever the mortgage is, or list price, purchase price, whatever, divide that by 360, that would be a 0% interest rate, what your minimum payment would be. But some buyers will be like, oh, I want to spend about $1,500 a month, and my budget's like $450. And I'm like, well, how much money are you going to put down to get your actual mortgage down to 450 to 1500, because that's not going to happen, even with the interest rates being as low as they are. So I think it's like twofold. It's like some people, you either have enough money to buy your points down or actually do the closing costs, because sellers are not giving closing costs. Well, they are, but that's not a given. So it's kind of like, it's in a weird space. Like, there are some people who still think this is like HGTV or a DIY network, that things are just all fun and games. This is a business, and your doors, number one, need to be open, seller, for allowing people to see your product, i.e. your home. And buyers, if you are really ready to entertain and get into this whole big thing, that might mean making an offer sight unseen, if it's a house you really, really, really know you want. If you're familiar with the area, if you are, because like there are some people who are getting financing, getting loans, and making offers not contingent on the home inspection, as if it's an as-is sale. And for me, it depends on the buyer. We had this whole discussion about, you know, are you doing your clients a disservice by, just because we're being so competitive, is that really beneficial to them? And it really depends on the client, because like my clients lately, we've been having them getting home warranties, but we also been getting inspections, and we've lost offers in homes because we made it contingent on the home inspection. And it's not that we're making them make repairs on certain things, it's just, that's standard business. I'm not going to deviate from the norm just because I want my people to win and be more competitive. There are other ways that you can win the deal and still be competitive. So, I don't know. I just been all weekend, like, it's been really hectic. I mean, I'm telling you, I went to sleep at midnight. I've been up since 5 a.m. It's not about, a lot of people be like, oh, well, you're doing it just for the money. You know what? We don't make that much money. I don't make enough money for me to not spend time with my family and my children, to be driving, you know, hours and hours. I easily put about 10,000 miles on my car within a couple of weeks. So it's really not about that. I really do enjoy having people purchase and getting their dream home, but it is not for the week out here. So I just wanted to log on and say hi to everyone. Talk to you later. Bye.